Okay, so today we're talking about enzyme inhibition. So there's going to be two types of inhibition, competitive and non-competitive. So competitive inhibition is kind of what you think of it is. It's when something blocks the space, like blocks the enzyme, or blocks the substrate, excuse me, from entering the active site. And then I'm going to illustrate both of them as well down below. So, and then non-competitive is going to be when something binds not in an inhibitor, binds to the active site, or binds to not the active site, somewhere else, changing the shape of the active site, causing the substrate to not fit anymore. So I know those are really complicated definitions, but I'm going to try to explain it in the simplest terms possible. So if I have an enzyme, or if I have a substrate here that looks like this, kind of like an ice cream cone, and so this bit fits, so then it's going to make that enzyme substrate complex, and then that enzyme product complex, and then we're going to have two separate products coming out of the enzyme. That's what it does normally. Competitive inhibition would be something like this that comes into the active site and takes its place, so that way the regular substrate can't fit. And so when this inhibitor is in the active site, it blocks that one from coming in, and so no products are formed. And competitive inhibition, or allosteric inhibition, you have a inhibitor, but it binds not to the active it binds not to the active site. So when it binds to that other site on the enzyme, it changes the shape, and so now the substrate doesn't fit, and so it won't be broken apart into its two components. So in competitive inhibition, an inhibitor is in the active site, and in allosteric, it binds somewhere else, but changes the shape of the active site, and that means that the substrate can't be broken down. So when non-competitive, it's not competing for the active site, and when competitive, it's competing for the spot in the active site between the substrate and inhibitor, and I hope that was helpful.